Funny, Tommy, funny. You set my alarm to go off. What's funny is, I was on the ADT thing, and I was sitting sin. I was like, what I hit? Is that Banshee? It might be yours. And then I got up. That's very funny, Tommy.
You're pushing send. As you're pushing send, you thought you were sending something on your phone.
Yeah, it started beeping. I was like, I don't remember a phone beeping. What's going on?
Good timing.
I know. Good timing is right.
Now you're awake?
Yeah, very funny.
Time to get up.
Yeah. That's like the Douglases get up on the Green Acres. But we didn't even get to bed. Well, Haney was right. It needed a hen for the rooster to crow.
Yeah, fancy. Fancy. Fancy.
He's got those headphones on.
Billy was on his cell phone and he was pushing send, right? The alarm clock went off. He says, I don't remember my cell phone sounding like that.
And then I was saying, Banshee, I think Tommy set your alarm to go off at 9 a.m., but that was for tomorrow. So I don't understand what's going on. And then I get up, Tommy. The sound came more over this way. If it's not flipping my shoes around and flipping them upside down and turning that upside down. The mouse upside down. Sticking a card on there and saying, is this your card? And his younger nephew Thomas cracked up. And then Tommy stuck that on there. Debbie snack cake, Halloween kind. And then he stuck my pocket cube up there. All we need now in the store is the missing link. The dollar store is called a Monkey Doos, the pocket version. But the missing link is what it's called. Erna Rubik's missing link. Tommy still's got his from 1980s, including the original Rubik's Cube. I think the pyramid too, and I don't know if he did the Rubik's Snake or not. Anyway, they brought back the Rubik's Snake. I gave Tommy a backup one. I still got the one, I was curious how it works, so I got another one. It's the same color one my sister Cheryl gave me. On to Treasure Island is the theme for a Vacation Bible School coming up. Howard Chapel started a theme, and then later on we started a long week ski theme of it, and have a boat and all that on there. Even Howard Chapel said, Bill, where's that from? I said, that's good news, because he knows he did it first. We're still doing it, Howard. On to Treasure Island. But they made a boat and everything. Reggie and Debbie Lindsay and some others helped build the boat, and the Mike Wager and his wife, I don't know why I can't think of her name right now. And some others helped out for the puppetry and the birds and all that. And Mike Rock helps out with this little stuff to put up there. Their little designs, just like when they have the cowboy theme. Then Mike Rock will bring in a deer head or something like that. Because it's the Indian theme and all that. And Mark Taylor is the head chief and all that stuff. As you direct. It's pretty neat. And the music director at the time was Ken Hendrick. Now it's Ned Davis, so I wonder if he's going to play a character. On to Treasure Island. And then it's Good News Junction, and then there's a Igloo version. I forgot the name of that one. And then there's a Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer idea, and Colonel Sanders, and we were saying Nathaniel Brown. He looks like Pastor Nathaniel Brown. The way you're dressed up, you look like Colonel Sanders. So he played on that. The next on the full skit, he dressed like Colonel Sanders and had a Colonel Sanders container. Parcel parts, as Copro says, when he puts the flat Webster in there. Matt, you're flat as a pancake. Where's Matt's smile? Matt Galloway got a kick out of that, and so did his parents. My dad noticed the kid don't got those clothes on no more. He's got his regular. He's got his other clothes. His clothes that he came on before. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that. Yeah, he could be part of the act, or he could have been just rehearsed at the moment. They tend to do that. They'll pick you out of the audience, and you'll just feel good to be part of the team. Like 13 people vanish. They're not part of the act. They get picked out of the audience, and then they're guided where they need to go to reappear in the audience after they vanish on stage in midair. They go through a mirror tunnel. That's where it's all mirrored on the outside and flat black on the inside. That's the reason why the guy that was pretending to be hurt, and Copperfield and his crew are explaining about black lighting, the lights dilating your eyes, you can't see, and all that stuff, and the blackness in the background because it's a tunnel. Although they didn't mention the mirror part, but they basically show it, and other people on YouTube, including Fernando P1, they show the mirror tunnel. It's where it's all mirrored on the outside and flat black on the other. It's used in illusions, including Doug Henning uses it for his things that go bump in the night, and elephant appearing and vanish. Well, first vanish, then reappear, and other illusions, a camel appearing and other animals, and the Pendragons here, there, and everywhere. Siegfried and Roy Samarte, Luis D'Amato's superhero theme coming out of those boxes. Copperfield's big black box, he. And I think Bart Kelly and his sister used it to produce a whole bunch of people, including the teacher. The teacher could be inside the base, and some could still be in the base, but the rest of them came to a mirror tunnel. Lance Burton uses a mirror tunnel with a Corvette vanish and disappears as he gets on up a ladder and comes down as a little boy and says, "God bless," as the credits go up, and he gets on a swing. And Masters of Illusions, they use it. They produce. Ed Alonzo produced a whole bunch of ladies out of one small box. I can see a few fitting in the base, but that many, either they're real good at contortionists and it's a tight space. Although there's a brick wall in the background, perfect for a mirror tunnel. And Penn and Teller, they show mirror tunnel for Off the Deep End. Underwater, you see them going into the mirror tunnel, and as Penn Jillette says, look at that mylar. Mylar is another word for mirror. And Valentine the Masked Magician showed the TP version of Mirrors that Lance Burton performed. Valentino and Montana performed that version, the Lance Burton TP one. Indian TP. I think Lance Burton has Indian DNA in him. He's connected to Indian, or he's born an Indian or connected to Indian heritage. I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, but he's from Kentucky though. But Johnny Carson, the great Carcini and the great Karnak, either way, he had a lot of magicians on, and I think he had Paul Gertner on there too, and plus Mr. Rogers or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and even Copperfield, and then the Incredible Hulk, but Lou Ferrigno putting all that makeup on. I think Bill Bixby was on it too, but the witch that plays on The Wizard of Oz was on there, and Johnny Carson had a lot of magicians on, and he let Lance Burton do his whole dove act all the way through. He got to see it and said, "We're going to keep it in. We're not going to edit it. We're going to have the whole routine in." And Lance got his own show. Steven Spielberg and Gary Allett and all them. The legend begins. Lance Burton, Master Illusion, and then Lance Burton Young Magicians special. Then Euro Disney, and then Walt Disney Magic special. The Pendragon, Charlotte Pendragon, Jonathan Pendragon, Master the Magnificent. Mastro the Magnificent, I'll get it right. Bill Bixby does an illusion here, there, everywhere. Mark Wilson taught him all the illusions, and he branched out on his own. Joanie Spinia branched out on her own too. Copperfield saw her skills, and she joined the team. She likes animals, and she choreographs Copperfield's show, live shows at Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Virginia, the Civic Center, everywhere, Richmond. Anyway, but we always saw him at Chrysler Hall because that was the only place we were allowed to go see him. Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Virginia. That's the place we would see the Virginia Symphony over that way. But they don't have the full stage. They have walls up with doors that open up for people to sit down. And I always tell people that are that at my school, because it was a school outing, I said, this is the same place that Copperfield does his magic show on. And they say, well, it's awful small stage. And I said, oh, it's much bigger than that. See, those are walls right there. That's why there's doors that they come out and come in. If you take down those walls, there's a lot of room in there, trust me. And there's trap doors where we're sitting in these seats. That's where Copperfield makes his appearance. Right up there. And stuff like that. There's Crystal Smoke Chamber to the song Corey Hart, I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. And NBC, Don Slater, and the lady news guy. The lady news lady. The lady news weather lady. I can't even say it right. Anyway. And the other newscast, that's another word how to say it. They introduced the show. They go, ladies and gentlemen, the magic of David Copperfield. And then you see the smoke coming out of the curtain. And I said, yep. Hey Bob, Copperfield's starting to make his appearance. He said, yeah, you're right. Dun, 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 and then it gets loud. Dun, 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 dun. And then he reappears in this crystal smoke chamber, a double wall chamber. It's the very same one he makes his appearance on the Great Wall of China, but he uses the Indiana Jones to theme. I think one of the things that sounds like Chinese like, and he comes out with the leather jacket like he does at Chrysler Hall with dark sunshades on, and Dave Duncan said, "Yep, I see how he's doing it. They do that for video cameras and still cameras. They put a little mask there, so when he comes up, the smoke don't get on him, and then he gets inside, and from the base into the two double wall crystal smoke saver." I said, "Yep, you're right, Dave. I didn't catch that part." But I wish he'd make his appearance like that with Corey Hart. I wear my sunglasses at night, because a lot of people don't. It's got all the Cutthroat songs, and I say, don't forget Corey Hart's sunglasses at night. And they said, "Thanks, Bill. I didn't know that." I said, "Yep, he'd make his appearance in a crystal smoke chamber, the one that he does at the Great Wall of China." But for Chrysler Hall, every year he made his appearance in a crystal smoke chamber. It was either with a white tuxedo with the sunshade on, or a Fonzie leather jacket with the same sunshades on. He would say, "How y'all doing?" And we'd say, "Fine. I just came in from L.A. I brought the air with me." And we'd crack up. Judy Schofield went second time, and then the first time Bob called up and said, "Hey, you want to see the Cutthroat show?" I said, "I was just praying to Jesus that somehow I get to see it." Because my parents said, "Bill, we ain't got the money. There's no way you could go." I mean, it's nice that they advertise the commercial, but we can't do that. I wish we could. Hey, Bill, Bob's on the phone. "Yeah," and I answer the phone. The wall phone. "Yeah, Bob." Bob Schofield, KTM motocross biker, a Lutheran Magician Church member, friend since 1980 on up. "Hey, Bill. Guess what? What? What do you think I got in my hand?" I go, "I don't know. Tickets to see David Copperfield at Christ Hall." "Oh, wow. Thanks. I'll be ready." "Okay." And I told my parents, and they said, "Well, if you're going, you better take a bath." So I hurried and took a bath, and then Bob, right on the front sidewalk porch, however, outside, and he said, "Bill, look, my hands are empty. You know how you produce cards out of thin air? Well, watch. I'll produce 2 tickets to see Copperfield at Christ Hall the same way." And he did. He goes, "Look, there's 2 tickets, one for you and one for me." "Oh, cool. Thanks, Paul." And we ended up getting somewhere like the balcony or something like that. But as we were getting up in the balcony, one of the stage crew says, "Hey, there's some people that I called up and said they ain't going. Anybody want front row seats?" And Bob said, "Hey, I'll take it. I'll take 2. They said, "Okay." So we got front row seats, and I just wish we had cameras back then, video cameras, although they probably wouldn't allow it. But nowadays people sneak it in anyway. I've seen a magician take a tiny video camera and video record the thing, but nobody caught him, but I didn't say anything. And nowadays you can have binoculars, and they got built-in video cameras. I mean, there's a lot of ways people sneak it in. But it's like that movie, Now You've Seen Me movie. The guy confiscated the guy's camera, and then he brought out another camera and filmed again. It was kind of funny in the movie Now You See Me, and then Now You See Me 2, and now they're working on a Now You See Me 3. And Cutthroat is the co-producer for those movies. I thought that was cool. Anyway, But Bob would always tell me certain things. See, Bill, see those big stairs that couple's going in on that tower illusion? Yeah, those are special hollow stairs. I'll explain later. I got books on it. Okay. And Bob showed me the rope, and Fred Stahl showed me the rope, and Mr. and Mrs. Lowry showed me the rope. Mark and Patty Taylor, friends around my neighborhood, and my parents, and my niece and nephews, and my family tree in Lakes, Ohio. They showed me a cape, magician's cape. It's white inside and black on the outside. And for a magician's hat, they took a Rice Krispie cereal box and they made a hat out of it and put staples all around it, and they spray painted it black. I was telling Bob Schofield last night about that, and he said, Abbott sells a top hat. They do? Yeah. It folds and then it springs up. Oh, cool. Well, we ought to check that out, check the prices. I know why he's saying that, because my birthday's coming up. My birthday's June 10th, 1965. Bob Schofield orders from Tannen's Magic Shop, Abbott's Magic Shop, mainly Abbott's. And Abbott's is orders also through Murphy's Magic. So not only I get stuff from Abbott's, but Abbott's also orders to get to Murphy's. In other words, if I order stuff from Abbott's, then they get it from Murphy's. I think you understand what I'm saying. So Abbott's and Murphy are kind of coincide. And Chuck Windy of Magic and More, we used to go to his shop in Norfolk, and then he moved to Ocean View, and then Howard Chappell went with us to go to Magic and More Magic Shop in Ocean View. And he would get magic tricks, and Bob would get stuff for me, and a magazine for himself too. And Bob bought the magazine of The Flying Lived a Dream for me. And it talked about the mirror tunnel even in that one. The one that Copperfield performs where he makes two girls, I think it's two, disappear on a table. Paul Orrisburn losing systems ideas. Copperfield has a lot of stuff that he uses from Paul Orrisburn and Radbury too. Anyway, Bob was talking about hollow stairs, and he said, Bill, I got a book called Houdini, The Man Who Walked Through Walls. I'll let you look at that. And I learned how Houdini walked through a brick wall, and then I checked out the library books everywhere, including public school libraries. And I bought magic tricks, and my mom, Darlene, always let me get magic tricks, TV magic board, Marshall Bardeen TV magic cards, and any kind of magic tricks and everything. And then Mr. and Mrs. Story and Tommy and them helped out to get stuff from Abbott's, all the books on Paul Orrisburn, and then Rand Winbury right through his mail order. And one time it was running late, and Rand Winbury called me up personally to make sure it got there on my birthday. And Miss Story said, yep, he got it. He's enjoying his birthday present. It's called Rand Winbury's Special Secrets Video. You ought to get it, guys. Now they got them on DVD, not just video, VHS video tapes. Now everything's going DVD. So you ought to get them on DVD. I got mine on video, but I transferred it onto a blank disc. And I made 6 hours worth of Losing Secrets. The one I gave Al Hastings, I'm glad his was compatible, because he was able to see 8 hours and something, but not all